Good morning. This is currently a fat 7:19 in the morning. I think we're about to go get our grub on. Get some breakfast up in this motherfucker. Couldn't find a damn clean shirt, so I gotta wear the shit I wore yesterday. Topping the old fucking all-wheel drive Nissan. Yeah, we're gonna go get some fat grub. We're gonna go over a couple things with y'all. Oh, goody. Looks like a bunch of people about to go boating. I wouldn't mind getting me a boat one of these days, but it's gonna be one of those days type thing. And we got the fat grub. Ex-lawman, not current lawman, so the rules don't apply to me. Okay, so we're gonna get to eating some of this shit, and we're gonna go over a couple things. Believe me when I say I know that my videos suck. I know that I don't keep a constant flow throughout the video that tries to keep your attention, stuff like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna script out a little bit of shit on here and try and figure it out that way. Anyway, now that I kind of got a little bit of a script going, now I can kind of keep on topic. And I should probably grab this pen back down here. And since I was going to eat, I didn't grab any fucking dip, so I might stop to do that here in a little bit. I had a buddy of mine that was going to sell me a truck after I got this job. This was a decent truck, little 5-speed fucking like Nissan hard body. It was on lift, some big ass tires and shit. It looked alright. It was a neat little truck. Definitely would have gotten my money for it for sure. He wanted $2,500 for it, so he wouldn't mind hanging on to it until I had the money. I was like, cool. What I was gonna do was use my stimulus and my tax money to just pay it outright. Because I mean, I understand why he does this. Nobody ever wants to get gypped on a deal or something. He said he'd let me make payments on it, but I didn't want to make the payments because I'd keep the truck in his place until I paid it off. That way, you know, he doesn't feel bad, but I couldn't be doing that, making payments on something I didn't have for months, you know. Like I make payments for this fucking piece of shit, and it just continues to sit there because I don't have the money to fix it. When I do decide to get the money back to fix that, I will make a video on it. It really shouldn't be too hard. I think the hardest part's just going to be bolting everything back on, because there's no telling where the fucking screws are. There was once I got my stimulus check and everything, I'd buy it outright from him. Well, when I went to file my taxes this year, it took forever to get them. Now, I got the third stimulus check before I got my taxes back. And with my taxes, I was supposed to get the second stimulus check on. Now, when I got the taxes back eventually, didn't have the second stimulus check on it. I got $2,800 for that third stimulus check since that motherfucker was like, you know what I mean? But I didn't want to use it then because the truck still needed new tires. It just needed some little odds and ends here and there. Stuff that the tires was a big deal, but it had a brand new battery, everything like that. Everything was well taken care of. And while we were waiting, they went ahead and changed out the entire brake system for me. So that was nice of them. I needed a few odds and ends here and there. So before I got it, I just wanted to be able to take it that same day, go get all the shit fixed on it. Which, you know, in my mind wasn't a bad idea. So I held off on buying the truck. I had the money. Also insurance and shit like that. I had the money and $300 extra, so I could have insured it and everything that day and had it and used it. But I decided to hold off on it, which now, of course, I regret. But, time went by. I never had the fucking stimulus check deposited into my account. The second one, at least. As that time continued to go by, I couldn't deal with all that stuff. I had bills to pay, I had shit to take care of, getting this house back in order, and eventually that money just went to the house and to this. So he ended up trading it for like a Thunderbird, and I was cool with that. I was happy that he got it, because I knew that there are other trucks in this town for me to buy that I could probably get for a lot cheaper, and I wouldn't say they ran better, because my buddy, he's a pretty good mechanic. His dad always they're helping him and shit. They've been building trucks for years. But there's two others I had my eye on. One I knew needed a lot of work, and then there was another one, kind of like my first truck that I paid for. which was a 2000 red Chevy S10. This one's blue, same model, same engine, everything. It's in a lot better condition than when I bought mine, that's for sure. Mine had dents all over the place. I got hit by a fucking Fiat in the bed of it on the driver's side. Fucking, if I can find a clip of it, something, I'll put it right here. Anyway, so sitting there waiting, I got to talking to the guy about it because I found him up there at the store. And I was like, hey, man, like, how'd you feel about selling that truck? He's like, oh, well, it's got some problems. And I was like, oh, well, I'm sure it does. Everything around here is going to have problems. This thing's got more problems than I care to admit. So when they were taking the fuel tank or redoing the fuel pump or something, they took the bed off the truck. And then when they put it back on there, they must have pinched a wire out or something, or pinched a wire in half, because now the right turning signal or the right brake light don't work. And I mean, that's not a horrible thing. I can drive a truck without a bed. I mean, ain't no big deal. Well, let me go get my dip, and I guess we can go take a look at it. Let's take a look at that truck, but first, pack me a dip. Oh, I ever mention how much I hate dipping fine cut? There's only ever one fine cut I like. It's Grizzly Fine Cut Natural. We're gonna go take a look at that S10 that I'm talking about. And from my understanding, it's in pretty decent shape. I mean, I'm sure there's shit wrong with it, and I'm sure that it'll need changing, like a battery and shit like that, but well, that ain't nothing nowadays. The other truck, we probably won't be able to take a look at because of it being out on someone's property. Now, while I don't mind in certain circumstances, because I know they wouldn't mind me being out there. That's the truck right there, and I ain't gonna stick around here too long. I don't want to freak them out or nothing. That's the truck, man. Like I said, it's in pretty decent shape. Looks good. Nothing major I can see wrong with it. Definitely probably the nicest used vehicle I've had besides this thing. I mean, this is still pretty nice. Yeah, definitely one of the nicer vehicles. There's another one over here I could probably buy. It's an older Ford, which I've never really been much of a Ford guy. I could buy these two right here, but I know one needs a transmission, the other had some motor work getting done that the guy never got finished. And I don't know about you guys, I don't like picking up jobs that other people started and didn't finish. Not really how I like to roll. She's not that much of a beater. She's in rough shape, but she looks good as hell. It'd definitely be a Ford I'd like to drive. It's a custom F-150. Those are a few trucks I am looking at, but I'm gonna have to get something somewhat decent. I want something that's V8. I want something that's four-wheel drive. I don't want to sacrifice the V8 if I have to sacrifice the four-wheel drive. I'm okay with sacrificing four-wheel drive until I have a better job, get something nicer. The dream truck, man, is fucking either extended cab or a four-door fucking cat-eye Chevy. Those motherfuckers are just tanks. Now, I'm sure if I asked nice enough, one of these people would probably just give me one of these trucks. But honestly, if I can get something cheap enough, that's obviously what we're going for. Something decently cheap that'll run long enough for me to handle my shit. I don't even know what I'm stopping. There's no stop sign there. It got fucking blown off in a tornado or some shit. You guys might see it in the window here. This is the buddy's house that he's remodeling. That's how you can see he just put a brand new roof on it and shit. Driving down all these roads is gonna take me back down memory lane a little bit. There ain't a person in this town I ain't worked for. Since I was bought that house I've been wanting to buy yet, that's good news. I got plans for that fucking thing, depending on how everything goes. But, so now, in the last video I kept mentioning some physical problems I'm having and shit, which I'm gonna kind of go into a little bit further detail on this. About 3 years ago, I was involved in a work accident. I was working for Lowe's, and anybody that works there understands that they have some machinery called an order picker, and they use it to get into the top highest shelves to pull shit down. Not every hose is going to be the same. Some have electric, some have diesel. And the issues regarding my back, I don't know, man. I got multiple pinched nerves and herniated discs in my L5, 4, S1, and 2 regions. For those that know me in person, they know that there's days where I am totally fucking fine. I'm cool. I can be like how I used to be, and in an increasing amount nowadays, I'm getting to the point where it's getting hard to walk and shit again. And I was supposed to have some back surgery on it this year, and I'm not sure if I'm going to go through with it. Because, I mean, it's just getting worse, but the chances there are kind of like 50-50. So, you know, I got a lot in my head to think about, and it's disappointing to me that I can't do the shit that I used to be able to do. And it's disappointing that, you know, I can't fucking run the shit like I used to. Or fuck, I mean, there wasn't a person in this town that didn't have a good thing to say. Ooh, I broke something. I didn't have a good thing to say about me, dude. I was known everywhere. I worked hard as shit. I fucking ran this town when it came to mowing and shit like that. Never wanted anybody out here to outwork my ass. And for good reason, you know. My parents are good parents that taught me to do that. And I'm glad I did. I got fucking marks and shit all over my body, scars and everything. I'll tell the story even after I get too old to remember it. And fuck, I got scar in between my eyes. Oh, what the fuck are you doing, cat? You about to get fucking smoked. Nah, I'm kidding. I ain't running over the cat. It does need to get the fuck out of my yard, though. A lot of shit's wrong in my back. And then, during the same accident, I fucked up this right shoulder. And, when that accident happened, this was in a sling for a good 2 weeks. I couldn't use this fucking arm because every time I'd move my arm past that, it'd just be excruciating pain. My dumb ass, the next day after I got discharged from the hospital, I was there. I went in like 6, got out around 12 or so. And then my dumb ass, I had a manual truck at the time. This is my left hand. Left hand I steer with, right hand I do whatever with. Now in a manual truck, yeah. And the ball bearings in said truck at the time were shot as shit. They're not the ball bearings, the ball joints and the wheel bearings were shot. So the damn truck would go all over the fucking road, and I'm like, I gotta hold it this far just to keep in a straight line, sort of, and just eventually just kind of tick it like this every now and then. I had to do all that and then fucking shift with my left hand. So what I'd do is I'd push down the clutch with my left foot. I'd use my right knee to fucking hold the steering wheel in place, reach over with my left, shift into a different gear. God, it was a pain in the ass, man. And it was like that for a week. I got to a point where I had to go back for a physical therapy and another doctor's appointment. I brought my sister along with me so she could shift the fucking gears while I was using the clutch pedal and everything like that. And oh, dude, let me tell you, it was a fucking pain in the ass. She about put the truck in fucking race mode. Yeah, that was a bad deal all in the time. But eventually, now I got about 75% like use of my shoulder still. I can't like fucking do that fun shit easily anymore. But I mean, I can still do it. You just hear a bunch of shit cracking around in there and it just sounds all gross. Whereas this, I can do it with no problem. But yeah, it's definitely taking a toll on how I can work and what all I can do and how much I can do at a said time or a given day or whatever. Like every time now I can tell it's about to fucking rain. And the way I can tell is the day before or the day, 2 days or day of, it'll, my back will start hurting real bad. Now any person with like actual back problems will tell you, yep, it's gonna rain soon. Anyway though. Yeah, because that's no fucking myth or anything at all. Trust me, they'll be able to tell you. I think I'm about to hop off here. I mean, I just wanted to go over some shit with you guys. I got like damn near an hour of content already and not much to fucking put into it. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Be sure to like the video. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Definitely everything would help out if I knew got feedback and shit. But I just wanted to touch base with you guys on that shit because I didn't want anyone worrying and shit. But, yep, I'll see you in the next one. Bye. See, I told you it was about to start raining. Here, let me just, I knew the moment I turned this damn camera off, it'd start raining. But yeah. Tell you, man, that back shit's no lie.